We're back with another end of the year reflection question. I am folding laundry. And the question today, I memorized it, is what were you disappointed in? What caused you disappointment? Disappointment. There's nothing I like worse than disappointing or disappointing someone or being disappointed. Disappointed is one of my least favorite things. I think it's wrapped up in a lot of childhood issues of not wanting to disappoint people, which, I'm constantly unpacking. But when I think about disappointment, often it's about expectation. So you do a thing, you say a thing, you want a thing, and you have expectations that it's going to happen, right? And then it doesn't happen, and then you're disappointed. And so I still have expectations. It isn't like I've given them up. I get excited about stuff, and then I want it to happen. I want it to happen anyway, and then it doesn't happen. So yeah, disappointment's a hard one. I don't know about you, but it's not a good feeling. So the things I was disappointed in, I was disappointed in myself. I had a fledgling new friendship happening, and I had a moment where I had a lot of things going on personally, and I didn't handle that as well as I could have, and I think it soured the friendship. Anyway, maybe I could have done that differently or been more clear. I think part of that just had to do with I wasn't clear about what was going on with me. Sometimes I can hold it all inside and not really share what's going on, because it's a lot. It's a lot to share. You have to process it and share it, and that's hard sometimes because you're right in the middle of it. So there was that. As far as things that I was excited about and then, got disappointed, I'd applied for a big art, not like a grant. It was a grant. There was funding around it, but it was more about getting some mentorship, which I really want, and I didn't get it. But what I took from that was I have not been very good at articulating my experience as an artist and in the art community, and I'm getting better at that. I just applied for a solo exhibition, and I refined my art resume, which is different than my regular resume. And even saying that, I realized I didn't put everything. I mean, heck, I was the director of an art school for 4 years, and I did not put that on the resume. Because I'm always thinking about what I'm doing personally as opposed to what I'm doing work related. Anyway, so I'm working on that. I'm working on how to create that resume of what I've done in the art world. This time for this one that I just did Saturday, I did add things. I wrote a grant and I received an Etsy Maker City grant, which in 2019, which was pretty phenomenal. It was there were only 10 given, and there were thousands of people applied, and so I remembered to add that. So I also for that grant, with that grant, oh my gosh, I know I'm rambling, but now I realize I forgot something else. I'm a National Art Strategy fellow, which our National Art Strategies is a national program to help artists create community-based, culture-based programming. And I'm a fellow, and I realize now that I did not put that on this recent application. Yeah, I need to spend some time really refining that now that I think about it. Anyway, so I didn't get that original grant because I didn't put any of that. I didn't put any of those things. I think because in one way, I'm kind of shy about saying I work in the arts. That feels like, I don't know, like elite, like people who have MFAs and things like that work in the arts, and I do not have that. I am, you know, a regular person working anyway, and so I get kind of, I don't know, like, I don't want to boast too much either. I live in a small town, so I'm sometimes feel really cautious about boasting about all the things that I do. Anyway, I didn't get that grant and I was disappointed, but I'm learning from it. I'm learning even right now here on this video, I'm learning from it. And then I was, you know, I'm constantly disappointed with humanity, and that's just when I don't want to look at myself. I realize sometimes I will like look out in the outside world and get focused on the problems that are happening that are beyond me, and then I will get disappointed. But that's just a lens that we can look through because there are so many good things happening. So I'm trying to balance that out, not be so attached with the outcome of what happens out in the world, and also looking at the long game of something. Like, yes, you may be disappointed in one thing or another that's happening in that moment, but the long game is probably still pretty positive for humanity. Anyway, so trying to balance that. Yeah. Yeah. What about you? Did you disappoint someone else? I mean, we all do it. Did you get disappointed? Did you do something and it didn't work out? And, you know, what happened this year, like in that realm? I know this is such a bummer. Anyway, I will continue to fold my laundry, and I'll see you tomorrow and we'll explore another question. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still enjoying this because I feel like it's such a deep dive into like what happened last year. You know, I would have glossed over some of those disappointments. I would have been like, just not even thought about them. You know, I just keep moving forward. I'm one of those people that just, you know, barely looks back and always just looking forward. And so this has caused me to like take a moment and think about like, oh yeah, I would like to do that differently. That's how I see disappointment. I would like to do that differently. That's what it means to me. And so anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for another question.